Hello everyone, this is Hoda Ganji. In this video, we're going to continue with our renovation project. Step 15, in phase new interiors, we're going to model floor areas. So what does it mean? It means that we're going to create these rooms, stairs, office, and so on. For this step, I would like to put my PDF file and the Revit file side by side like this. I'm on level 1. The phase is set to new interiors. Let's start by setting the rooms. So for instance, here we have the stairs. Under architecture, I can go with, I'm going to click here. So Revit is the active view here. I'm going to go with a room. One click here, and then I can hit escape. I'm going to name this stairs, and maybe I can put this as A. Okay, stairs A. Let's tag stairs B. You see, because we named that one A, it's gonna name this one B. I'm gonna name it stairs. Let's continue with these areas. So you see that this is an open space, so we need some room separators. So how about I create a room separator along our axis 3 here. I know this plan is slightly different, so I'm gonna add a room separator along my axis number 3. So here under architecture menu, there is the room separator. I'm gonna maximize for a second here, room separator. How about I draw one from along the washroom wall all the way to the curtain panel over there, and one from this wall all the way down to the wall here. Then when I want to go with the room, it's gonna name these spaces separately. Let's have the views side by side again. I'm gonna start from A101, which is the vestibule. So let's go with architecture. Room, one click here. I'm gonna name this as 101. The next one automatically will be 102. This is the vestibule. 102 is the office over there. "103 is another office. Actually, it seems that there's also a room separator over there that I forgot. So let's go with another room separator from this corner all the way to the wall. Then I'm gonna continue with naming the rooms. This one here is gonna be office. And we have another office here. So I'm gonna click here, name this office. And finally, we have washrooms. So I'm gonna go with one room. One here is gonna be washrooms. I'm gonna go for this one with a leader line, and then I can move it outside. And one for the last room here. This is also washrooms. Leader line helps us move it outside. Now let's click on one of the room tags here, right click, select all instances in entire project, hold Ctrl, select the 3 room separators as well. And when all of them are selected, I can go with copy to clipboard, paste to selected views, and I can paste it on level 2, hold Ctrl, level 3. Okay, now if I go to my level 2, so you see that it was able to copy the room separator, but it does not automatically do the host, so we need to escape this and go with a room here. If I click here, this is gonna be stairs. I'm gonna name it stairs. If we refer to a room schedule in the PDF file, the stairs are A, B, A, B, A, B, but then on each floor, when it comes to the rest of the rooms, we need to start by 200, 300, and so on. So I'm gonna name this A, and over there, I'm gonna tag this room as stairs, and I'm gonna tag it as B. It's gonna say that you have a different name B, but that is fine. There is no issue. Then I'm gonna go with, starting from 201 here. 201 is gonna be vestibule, 202 office, and so on. So I'm gonna go with rooms. I'm gonna name this one as 201 and vestibule. Automatically, the next one will be 202, which is the office. Architecture room. I have office here, 202. On that corner, I have office 103 and office 104. See that the scale, we can just fix the scale. I want it to be 1 to 150. So I'm going to change the scale right away. 1 to 150. Okay, now the tags are relative to the scale. One room here is going to be office, and one room here is going to be another office. The two washrooms. Remember that for the washrooms, if you want to move the tag outside, you have to check the box for leader line. Otherwise, it's not going to be able to move the tag. One last one. Washrooms. So it says identical, which means if it goes from 201, 202, 203, and so on, it should be consistent in different levels. I just noticed that I was on level 3, so if this is level 3, they should start with number 3. So I'm gonna rename it. I'll leave the next level, which is level 2, for you to take care of. And all 3 levels, we want the scale to be 1 to 150. Next step, model ceiling over open office areas on each floor. The ceiling over open office areas. So it means that we're going to have office wherever it says 102, 103, and 104. So for this, maybe I can go to ceiling plan level 1. Eventually, we want to see this. The reason that you see the joist and beams at the moment is that we actually did not draw the ceiling. That's where you see the joist. So when I go with architecture ceiling, that's going to be taken care of. We have a compound ceiling plane. I'll go with this one, and I'll go with automatic sketch. I want to change the ceiling type. I want to draw a window here, filter, check none, and just select the ceiling. And maybe we can go with 600 by 1200 ceiling here. And when it comes to the ceiling, we don't want the ceiling on the bathroom area. So I want to have my two views side by side, which is level 1 under floor plan and level 1 under ceiling plan. And I want to select the ceiling like this. I'm gonna draw a window, filter, check none, select the ceiling, okay. And I want to go with edit boundary. Now it's easier that I have the two views. I can click here, I can click on level 1 and select the perimeter, the outside edges of the washroom. Now and of course we don't need it around the stairs or the vestibule, so I'm gonna erase these lines here and I'm gonna close it on the exterior edge of the vestibule. That's also what you see here on this plan, right? So let's trim the edges, trim the edges, trim the edge here, trim the edge here, and I can hit tab here to get rid of this part. So this is the only part that has the ceiling. Continue. I should also erase this line here. There we go. Now that's how it should be seen. The part that has the ceiling, we should see the ceiling, otherwise what we see is actually the joists. So in this view as well, in level 1, I'm gonna change this to new interiors. I also want to make sure that I draw the ceiling in the right place. So I'm going to select the ceiling, and I want to change the phase created to new interiors. Okay, now it's telling me that it's going 2.6 meters from level 1. I'm gonna actually move it higher. I'll change that to 3 meters, and maybe even a little bit higher, because these are the elements that are supposed to hold the ceiling. So I'll go with 3.2. Let's try it, or maybe 3.1. I should better measure the actual distance. So 3.1 is good, which goes exactly where it should be with the suspended ceiling elements. Previously we had the washroom. I'm going to type TW. Now it's a good time to adjust the washroom wall. So I'm going to go with edit group. I'm going to select all these walls that I had, and I'm going to say attach top base, select the ceiling, okay, and finish the model. So now that we have the ceiling, it's easier to do this. Then I'm gonna go to level 1 ceiling, which is this one. I'm gonna add a few lighting fixtures. So in the component, if it's there, you can go with it. If it's not, which is probably not, go to load family. And I'm gonna go with maybe English, US, I'll go with lighting, architectural, internal, ceiling based. Let's say maybe we want a linear set of lights, which is this one, open. And I'm gonna consider a few on that area, for instance. So I'm gonna put a few over here. Maybe I can kind of put them within one of these panels, so it's not gonna affect few panels. And I'm gonna have one more here and two more here. So I'll just set this, but you can keep on setting more. If I select the lightings, because I had already set the view to new interiors, they're also in the correct phase. Now I want to draw a window, go with filter, check none, select the ceiling, one ceiling, as well as the lighting fixture, and I'm going to copy them and paste them to levels 2, hold control, level 3, okay. So I'm gonna go to section. This is this right ceiling here, that's good. This is the ceiling here, and this one is the ceiling here. Now I'll go to my section 2 edit group. I'm gonna select these walls, and I'm going to attach it to here, hit OK, finish it. So we have finished the mode. Okay, so this part is good. And finally, I think we have one more ceiling here. This ceiling was in the right location on level 2, but on level 3 it's dropped a little bit lower. So for the ceiling, I think I should go with probably 2.9 or something. Let's try it. Or maybe 3 meters. Yeah, that's much better. And it seems that the walls are already in the good height, so I don't need to attach them. Step 17, we are ready to care of this. Create room schedule as provided with the total for room areas. So it's talking about the room schedule here. under schedules and quantities, I can right click, go with new one. I'm gonna type R room, and then the room schedule shows up. The things we're gonna include is the count, number, name, level, and area. So count, number, level, name, and area. Name, I can move the name up a little bit. And finally the area. Okay, hit Control plus if you want to have it a little bit zoomed in. Then I'm gonna go back to my sorting grouping. I'm gonna mention that we need the grand totals. So it's going with grand total for the number. Instead, I'm gonna go with formatting, and I'm gonna say not for the count, but for the area, go with calculate totals. Okay, and we see the area here. And next we're gonna use the area plan for indicating total building area. It's talking about this part, area plan. So I'm gonna go with architecture tab. We do have the area plan option here for level 1. We're gonna create it. I'm gonna say yes, it already created the area plan. I might go with 1 to 500 like this. 1 to 500, and I'm going to go with area, tag the whole area. As I said, this plan is slightly different. It has 5 grids instead of 6. That's why it's smaller. You see a different number, but you can get the whole area like this. In this area plan, you don't necessarily need to see the grids. So I want to select one of the grids, right click, hide in view category. I also want to right click here, hide in view category. This is the only thing that we need to see. Feel free to change this to fine level of details, although on 1 to 500 doesn't really matter. It seems that our ceiling is also 1 to 500, so for level 1 ceiling plan, I also want to change this to 1 to 500. And same here, I want to select these items, right click, hide in view category. I'm going to also hide the door, so right click, hide in view category. Now it's better. If you want to hide the canopy, remember you need to check the box for exclude options. Select canopy, right click, hide in view category, and then check this back. Finally, it's about creating views. You already know about creating views. I just want to mention a few things. For instance, I want level 1 to stay on new interior. So in level 1, if I close inactive views, this is showing my new interiors, which is what you see here. Feel free to move this down, make this a little bit organized. Now, if you want to get the demolition plan, let's say from the same level 1, this is what we can do. I'm going to duplicate, right click, duplicate view with detailing or without in this case, and I'm gonna rename it as demolition plan. Maybe you want to go with 1 to 150, that part is good. So if I go with existing show all, I can see the demolition plan here. I also want to check the box for show crop region, and maybe we only want to show this part of the plan, the demolition part. And now I can check the box for crop the view. I'm creating this plan, and feel free to grab and move the axis a bit closer. Let me show you how we can get a 3D view like this. So if I set this to new exits and show demo plus new, I should see that. So In this case, I should be able to see my demolish as well. And I noticed that I made a mistake here. When I was demolishing the walls, I had demolished them in existing. But face demolished here should be on new exits. Same for this door and all the other elements here. So I want to select them. And I want to move the face demolished to new exits. I think I missed one here. Okay, now I see them here like in dashed mode. I should do the same for level 2 and level 3. And just to show you, you can also change the color and everything. For instance, if in this view I want to go with manage phases, I can go with graphic overrides for demolished, for instance. Maybe I want to show the colors on red, right? And so on. So in here now it's showing me that the red parts are the demolished parts. And when you are done, you want to put this on the sheet. It's a good idea to lock your view so it doesn't rotate around. Maybe I'm gonna name it as new exits face, and it's showing new plus demolish. Okay, now that it's locked, see that I cannot move around, so when you put it on the sheet, it's not gonna change the orientation of the view anymore. And you can always go back to your 3D view that you can move. The saved views will be added under 3D views. That's it for this video. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe for more videos.